All right, I'm gonna throw a little quick one here. I don't know why this wheel it, it's done like that. Like it's I'm not sure why this wheel is set offset like that. It's so hard to maneuver. So I'm gonna cut it off. I'm gonna cut that off, and I'm gonna set it on the center. I think it's gonna be a lot easier to maneuver if the wheel is if this if this is set in the center of the two wheels, and then I'm gonna replace the wheels. I think these are foam filled or something, or solid. Not solid, but there's like foam in there or something. So yeah, I'm gonna cut it off and because right now, if you look at this, okay, so right now when you put this on here and the full weight of the machine is on here, um, it tends to, lean one or the other. It's very hard on the machine to turn the wheels and everything. So I think I'm gonna take it off of here and do that. Move it to the center. I think it comes like this. I don't think this is something somebody made, but it's definitely not. And I understand why it's like this, so that way when you're pushing it back and forth, the wheel doesn't spin on you. But I think I'm going to improve it, and I think it's going to be better. So that way, the idea behind this, and the idea behind it, I think, is so when you're pushing back, the wheels are sitting like this, so it doesn't tend to move. When you're going forward, the wheel turns. It's supposed to turn and then go like this. That way it stays and tracks correctly. But it's not tracking correctly. It's a freaking mess. So, and plus, once this loosens on here, it's got a lot of play. So I'm gonna have to make some kind of insert in here so that you know it's got a little bit of play, but not a lot of play. So I want this to not to have so much play. So yeah, let's get that fixed real quickly. Now 1 drop of grease. Thank God the pin is not wore out. Alright. So, not a drop of grease anywhere. Rusty as it can be. But not wore out, so it's still good. And there is foam. There's foam in there. Yeah, right there. And the bearings seem to be okay. I put a little grease in it. But this is what I'm going to modify. I'm going to cut it right here and here. And then I'm going to take this and weld it to the bottom of this, right in the center, which I already have a hole, which is kind of nice. But I'll measure it anyways to make sure that's the center. Yeah. That's a nice cut. Pretty square too. That almost looks junky. I think I'm gonna have to take that whole thing off. It would be nice to put this on the mill and put a groove on there to stick that on there. But is it really necessary? I don't know. I think I'm gonna grind that down and use this and use that. clean that up. Pretty stupid. Hot one. Ugh, stinky. I don't think I'm going to weld anything else. I think that's pretty darn good. Let that sucker cool. And we'll get ready to put it on the next thing. Wow. Woo. Yeah, we'll let it cool off. Pretty clean. All right, I'm going to give it a, I'm going to take all these little BBs off and then give it a, use some rusty metal primer so it doesn't rust on me. All right. All right, I figured I'd throw this in this video. This is a 3/4 piece of plate, 3/4 and a 1/2 inch. 3/4 is the plate, and half inches the top box. I'm going to cut that box off, and I'm going to use the plate for the table for this press. Right now I have a piece of I think that's 5/8 on the floor over there. I think that's 5/8. That's 3/4 that I have there, but 5/8 will be fine. Because I'm gonna use, it's just the table. So anyways, I'm gonna get it and put it on the sawhorses, but I wanted to show this guy. I just built this crane. I have the video for it, but I might just throw a little bit of that too in there to make this like a buffet of videos. Anyways, I'm gonna lift this thing. You see how this thing lifts at. Probably a couple 100 pounds, maybe 200 pounds, 250 maybe. 200, I think. Anyways, this is a pretty cool winch. This works with this rope. You pull on it, and it's like a 1950s winch. 2,000 pounds, but I have it on. Let me show you. Let me take you off this. I have it on this drive to run that for a 3-phase, because this is a 3-phase motor on it, and I'm missing the front of it. There's a cover that goes up there, but yeah, she's a beefy one. Let's put this on the. I just dropped this thing, so I'm kind of scared. I dropped it on that sawhorse, and it almost destroyed it. She'll look to fight another day, I guess. It only mangled it a little bit. Much weight in this thing hold. I have a forklift, but nice. I think I'll leave it hooked. Yeah, I think it'll be all right. So I'm gonna cut that sucker off of there. That's gonna be fun. Yeah, I'll bring you back when it's done. Okay, so this took about an hour, and it's about to pop out of here. think it's stuck on this piston. There we go. Yeah. Wow. Look at all that. That's a chunk of steel. I thought I was going to use this, but I might use just this thing. It's got holes already, and it is beefy. So I might use this as the table. And also this, but I got to get these chunks off of here. Yeah. Wow. Okay. Whoa. That was noisy. All right. I'm going to clean everything up, and then I'll bring you back when I get ready to do something with that. All right. So it's still not a really tight fit. It's kind of loose because these holes are so wallowed out. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to move this down here. I'm going to move it to this here. I think it's too far up, which causes a problem when we're trying to move the machine around. So I'm going to move this, but these holes are too wallowed out. So I think I'm going to fill them with and then re-drill them. I think that's the biggest problem with this too. Now that I've changed the center of the wheels, I want this to be pretty sturdy. So yeah, let's take this off and move it down, and I straightened this out too. So I'm gonna fill it with grease and then put this back on. I'm gonna remove this and move it down. All right, so I cleaned it all up. I was gonna put a thing here to steer this, but it's not necessary. The wheel kind of leans a little bit. I sandblasted the wheels a little bit just to get some of the heavy rust off. I didn't do too much on, if it didn't want to come off, I left it alone. It's not going to hurt anything. So, all right, so let's put it all back together and wrap this up. Now, I think I'm going to put this, it's a little floppy in here, which, it's a trailer wheel, trailer jack. So who cares? But I think I'm going to put a grease fitting in there just to be able to grease it. So let's do that. I have some, so might as well do it. Let me go get I think it would help. I mean, I guess dirt can get in there and really, but whatever. I'll put it. Or I could put a, a pin in there to stop it from turning. That would work too. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'll put a pin in it. So let's get these wheels in. Actually, I think it would be better if I painted it first. Yeah, let me paint it and then let me paint this. With the file, you can feel where the high spots are. There we go. Obviously, this takes a bolt. That's why it's like the way it is, because the bolt mushes it. Okay. Let me get the piston ready and then we'll put the tires in. That worked out beautifully. See, it's got a bit of a lean to the back when it's going forward, and it'll lean the other way. So that's good. I think that's going to work out really nice. Okay, so there it is. I actually painted it too, but the tire is done, the grease is in, and I didn't put a handle on it or anything. But let's see how it tracks now. Let's go ahead and push it from the back. Oh yeah, that's a lot easier. And then if just to turn it, I'm not going to bother. You just turn the wheel. See, and it holds pretty good. So yeah, let's take it out of here because this is going away. Me pulling it out. Woo! I was about to say. It's nice empty. Huh? Nice and empty. No, I like it. Let's move that plate.
Where?
Right there.